What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Xbox Dive. My name is Jamie. This guy over here
I'm Chris.
is Chris. You should know very well by now.
Yes. Yeah. Hopefully, that's the goal.
That's the goal. That's the plan.
That's right.
Well, right now, Chris, I know that you are a big fan of Red Dead Redemption.
Yes.
And it is backwards compatible on Xbox One, so if you have it on 360, or you can go out and buy the disc, all that is now backwards compatible on Xbox One, which is awesome. But it's been rumored for a long time that a sequel is on the way. I'm assuming you're aware of this.
I am. I mean, yes. So Red Dead is, and I've said it on several shows before, but Red Dead is probably neck and neck with my favorite game, between Red Dead and Mass Effect 2, probably for my favorite game on the Xbox 360. So I'm a huge Red Dead fan. So yeah, anytime Red Dead news pops up, I'm obviously all over it. And there've been some stuff in the past. I mean, if you go back to right before E3 came out, there was the leak of the map.
Right.
Well, the alleged map that that actually had new.
Bordeaux.
What is it, like new Bordeaux? Yeah,
yep.
from Mafia 3. Yep. Mm-hmm. And so there was looking to be maybe some crossover between those two, which would be kind of cool. Mm-hmm. And then there was the weird rumor that went around that that Take-Two pulled the Red Dead reveal. I think because there was some. I mean, there's shootings every day now, but I think that there. But I think that those were debunked. That actually wasn't true, and it was never going to be at E3. Mm-hmm. But yeah. So anyways, yes, I try to follow as much as I can, because one of my favorite games,
right,
for sure.
Well, then you probably saw today what happened on Twitter, I'm assuming.
Well, I don't know. Why don't you refresh my memory?
Well, what happened? I mean, and it's so small, but everybody is like totally flipping out about this. But Rockstar tweeted an image. It was just the Rockstar logo, black on a red background. That's all it was.
Yeah.
But it's the same color and style and everything of the Red Dead Redemption. Like when that game starts up, exact same font and color and all in that look. Someone's like, oh my gosh, there's going to be an announcement coming. So, I mean,
yes.
with all these rumors kind of jumping around, is this just Rockstar, just teasing us and saying, you think it's coming, but it's really not? Or do you think a major announcement is coming?
So, that's kind of a loaded question, because there's
that's the way I like them, just like I like my fries, man.
Wow, that's weird. That's weird. So here's the thing. It makes me think of Fallout 4, right?
Sure. Right.
Like, anybody who didn't know that Bethesda was working on Fallout 4 was oblivious to the world that we live in. And and there were leaks that it was going to be in in New England, the Boston area, and there were there were some little snippets here and there, but at the end of the day, they waited until E3, they announced it, and then launched it 5 months later, whatever it was.
Right.
And so anybody who thinks that Rockstar is not hard at work on a Red Dead Redemption 2 or technically 3 is out of their mind. I mean, this is going to happen. So the question then is, are they about to reveal something?
Sure.
And for me, I think that the game will come out around the March, April, May time slot, which is kind of what they normally. I think the last couple of games, GTA came out,
right? Yeah, like
I believe in May.
Yeah.
And I think, going back to Red Dead, I think Red Dead actually came out.
I think it was in May as well, wasn't it?
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah. So if that's the case, then that we're looking at a May game, announcing it in October, that's what 7 months, before release. I mean, that's about what we had with Fallout 4.
Right.
But to be honest, Rockstar could post on Twitter that, hey, Red Dead's now available to download right now, and it would break the internet. So
honestly, maybe this whole thing, they posted this image, and they're just going to come out and be like, hey, Red Dead Redemption is on sale, or Red Dead Redemption is going to be a game with gold, or it could be something like that. We have no idea,
you know the writing that would happen.
That's what I'm saying.
If
That's the thing, because
they put
it was one
games
image,
with
man.
gold.
It was one image. It was one image, man, and everyone's like blowing up saying it's gonna be the sequel. But if you remember with Fallout, especially Fallout 4, when it was getting announced, and people knew it was there, but Bethesda wasn't saying anything, and so all these fake leaks popped up, like fake launch sites with countdowns and all this stuff, and none of it was real. Now with this though, it was the official Rockstar Twitter account, but with the ways of the internet, I mean, the account could easily get hacked. I mean, you have no idea. So I mean, who knows what's going to happen? But actually, the whole reason I brought this up, because we're both super excited for another Red Dead. That's going to be awesome. That's going to be absolutely amazing.
Yes.
But I'm trying to remember, when did Red Dead Redemption come out? I mean, it's been quite a while.
I can look real quick. I want to say, because it was, let's see, maybe 2008, maybe.
Okay. So it's been it's probably been 8 years, 8 to 10 years.
It's been a while. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so,
no, I'm sorry, it was 2010. Sorry.
Oh, okay, 6 years. Well, still, it's been quite a while, and this game has been in the works for a while. And Rockstar never really acknowledged it, but we kind of know it's there, like you were saying, Chris. But it made me think, what are some unannounced game sequels that you'd really like to see get made? Because there's a lot of dormant series sitting around on Xbox that just haven't been touched in a while. That would be awesome to see. I mean, they could be getting worked on right now. We have no idea. But I just thought for fun, let's talk about what sequels that we really want to see get made. I mean, if you want to kick it off, what's something you could think of? You're like, man, that's a franchise I would love to either see get rebooted or have a sequel made. I want them to start doing this again.
Sure. So I'm going to start real easy.
Sure.
And I want a new Banjo Kazooie game.
Oh, okay. Sure.
So Banjo and Banjo Tooie were both on N64, rare games, and it is arguably as good or maybe even better than Mario 64.
Sure.
In a lot of respects. I mean, Mario 64 has a special place for being what it is, but Banjo was just fantastic, and it had this great sense of humor. It was super, it's collectible, mascot platformer. Ukulele's coming out next year.
Right. Yes.
Actually, we would be playing it right now if it didn't get delayed again. But
sure,
we will be getting that next year. So there's definitely, it looks like that revival. The Ratchet and Clank remake came out earlier this year, so there's definitely a push to see some of those kind of games come back. When Microsoft acquired the rights to them, they didn't really do much with Banjo for a long time, and then they brought out Nuts and Bolts.
Right.
And look, like I thought Nuts and Bolts was fun, but it's not a Banjo game that I want to play.
Right, and that's one that I actually never got around to playing. And I've got the Rare collection. I need to play it. I'm like you. I love Banjo Kazooie. The second one, Banjo Tooie, I enjoyed it, but it kind of felt like it had the Donkey Kong 64 thing going for it, where it was almost too much.
Yeah.
But actually, do you ever watch Did You Know Gaming?
I don't know.
It's a YouTube channel. Check it out, because they just did an episode all about Banjo Kazooie, where they go out and they find facts about the game. Apparently, originally, Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, those models they built and all that stuff for all the character design, they were just going to remaster the original Banjo.
Oh,
but
like
they decided halfway through the project or whatever it was, they're like, let's scrap it, let's do something new. Then they tried to make, Banjo 3E or, whatever that rumored title was. They scrapped that, and eventually they came up with the whole building cars and, planes idea, and they kind of just worked Banjo into it. So I'm not really sure why they went that route. But yeah, dude, a real Banjo Kazooie game would be amazing. It would have some strong competition now, though. I mean, with Ukulele hitting as soon as it does.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to imagine that there's going to be a really good Mario around the corner with NX launching.
Sure, that's true.
But I would like to just see them just reboot the franchise. Even if you want to do a remaster, that's fine. But basically just reboot, and start from the ground up and rebuild what Banjo Kazooie means. Because it's funny, if you guys check out our YouTube page, I purposely made the banner art for the page, and I purposely put a picture of Banjo on it, because for me, I mean, Banjo is a huge is just a huge mascot, and I think that Microsoft doesn't have a real family friendly mascot. When you think of Microsoft, you think of Marcus
Halo,
Phoenix,
Gears,
you think of Master Chief, you think of a Lamborghini.
Right.
Right. So, or Don Matrick, but you don't think of anything that's necessarily family friendly. So Banjo could really fit that. Anyway, I want a Banjo Kazooie game, and look, I'm not gonna. I want to throw on. I also want a Viva Pinata game. I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. I didn't want to. This show could be all Rare.
It could actually. But, I was gonna say, picking up from that, the first game on my list is also Rare, and that has to go with Jet Force Gemini.
Oh, okay,
Jet Force Gemini, I absolutely loved it on N64. It was fantastic. It was so good, traveling different planets, and you find little teddy bear people and shooting the ants, and it was so good. Now the co-op in it wasn't as good. I mean, once you found a little robot, you had a friend who could control the robot, the little flying thing. But when they released it on the Rare collection that came out recently, Rare Replay.
Yeah.
I mean, that was one of the games I was so hyped to play because I just remembered having such great memories with that game. But the controls didn't hold up. And so it made the game kind of a chore to play. And it just didn't click as well as it used to. 'Cause, I mean, the N64, going from that to, the Xbox One, it just didn't hold up. But if they took a third-person shooter and kind of did it by today's standards, I think they can have something really special because it's kind of it's like Gears in a way, if you did the cover shooting right, but you fight ants. So I mean, it's like you're saying, it's that family friendly vibe because you're finding teddy bears, you're shooting ants. It's a brother and sister with their dog. I mean, it's just, but the gameplay on it is so good. That would be so great for Rare to bring that back.
Yeah, I will interject before we go to the next game, and I'll say, I play a lot. I have 4 kids. 2 of them, really 3 of them are into games now, but 2 of them really heavily. And we keep both, which you can see right here, we keep an Xbox One and we keep a Wii U, which is right here. and that's strictly just because there's not a lot of games that we can play on. And there are some indie stuff out there that you can play, but like
Inside, I bet your kids love that.
Yeah, they actually did. Yeah, they watched that. My 10-year-old watched it with me, and she was amazed at how that ended. But like having some of these great games, and I would love to be able to sit down with an Xbox and pass around, a couple of controllers, and us play through like a really high quality, super polished, Gears of War, which is exactly what Jet Force Gemini could be. I can't sit down and play Gears of War with my 7-year-old or my 10-year-old, but if you give me a game, I mean, I could, but yeah, so like I agree. Making some family-friendly content that's actually of a high quality. Right now, it seems like that market is owned by Lego. And anything outside of the Lego games really just kind of falls way under what that bar could be. But that's a different topic we can talk about later.
Okay, Chris, what do you got for your next game, man?
So I don't know exactly what iteration this would take, but I want a Star Wars flight simulator game.
Now, actually, I had something very similar on my list. I had Bring Back Star Wars Rogue Squadron.
So Rogue Squadron is one of my favorite games of all time. But like, I'd be happy with like a complete reboot of X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. It really just anything. But yeah, if you gave me a really cool next gen, fully high def with that nice J.J. Abrams bloom on the with that HDR screen.
Oh man, so nice.
on Xbox One. Yeah, like
I'll never forget when I had my GameCube and on launch I had Rogue Squadron. That game looked amazing, and by today's standards, putting that like an HDR on the Xbox One, oh my gosh,
man. It'd be so good. I walked out with my black lunchbox GameCube and Luigi's Mansion and Rogue Squadron, and that is still to this day one of my favorite games. So yeah, it's just some sort of Star Wars, because Star Wars is so, like, just the ships in that world are so cool. The Millennium Falcon and the X-Wing, they're so identifiable. Even with Rogue One, the new U-Wing fighter that they've been showing on the trailers is really, really cool. So give me something like that where I'm flying around, shooting things. That's what I want.
Sure. That would be absolutely amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see here. Another game I have on my list. I'm going to go with The Evil Within. Now, I know that's one that you're not a horror game fan, so this means absolutely nothing to you, Chris. You can go, cry in the corner. It's cool.
I'm just gonna,
no problem.
I'm gonna take a nap.
But no, like The Evil Within, man, it was the first horror game in a long time where it really freaked me out. It had great combat. The story was decent. And I know that there was rumored somewhere that they said a sequel's, possible. I remember at the last E3, they said Evil Within 2 is going to get announced. This is going to be amazing. It still hasn't happened. So I'm still waiting for that one because it reminded me of all the great stuff that happened in Resident Evil 4. Because, in Resident Evil 5 and 6, it kind of just fell off the tracks. And with Resident Evil 7, now it's going like a first-person, like, detective almost kind of game with, horror elements in it. Where Evil Within, I feel like, picks up the mantle where Resident Evil 4 left off, and I would love to see another game in that series. That would be so awesome.
No. Yeah, again, there's a lot of good buzz around that game, so for fans of that genre, I totally get that. It's not my cup of tea.
Sure.
But all right, what do we got time for? One more?
Yep, one more. Let's go for it.
So this one should be on the nose, but I want a Mega Man game.
Okay.
But I really
number 9
want
was good enough for you?
No, not at all. No, but I want, what I need is the next generation of what Mega Man is.
Sure.
Like I don't want like a repackaged, reskinned, high definition version of Mega Man or Mega Man 2,
which is awesome. The anniversary,
which is great. Yeah. No, I have.
Right.
Yeah. Is it the anniversary, the legacy? I don't
Legacy?
know. Whatever.
I can't
Mega Man Legacy.
The one that just came out. Right.
Anyway, yeah,
it did
I have
9 and 10 in it, and those were really good. I'd like to go back and play this
Yes, and they're not backwards compatible either.
Right,
but that's,
which is so frustrating. Oh my gosh. Sorry,
but but I want to see, what that game. I want that game to be. Okay, so we started this conversation with Red Dead.
Right.
So let's go back to it. So
Okay.
Red Dead Revolver was the first game in that series.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Which a lot of people don't realize. It was not Red Dead. What was the game? Red Dead Redemption.
Yep. Your favorite game on the 360. You can't remember what it's called.
So all the rumors, all the rumors have been running around with with Red Dead Retribution as a possible title. So I've just been thinking of that over my head. So I got confused. But so Red Dead Revolver, it wasn't, and that's why a lot of people don't really consider it in the series, or they don't think about it because it's not the same game. But like they took all of from Red Dead Revolver what worked and the setting and what was good about it, and they turned it into something that transcended. And like Mega Man needs that. Mega Man needs the jump from Super Mario World to Super Mario 64. I'm not saying that it should be I'm not saying it should be a 3D.
Sure.
I'm just saying it needs that next generation jump. And
kind of like Mega Man to Mega Man X in a way, I guess. I mean, Mega Man X kind of didn't totally redo the formula, but it added some pretty good tweaks to it.
It did, yeah. But I mean, I'd like to see more exploration elements. I like going back to like Shadow Complex, where you have like foreground and background stuff. So you actually have like planes, just something clever and something that's different for the franchise, but still feels like Mega Man. And so, but I really want another Mega Man game. So
that would be awesome.
All right, you're up. Last one.
Okay, I'm trying to think, because I got quite a few more on my list. Actually, I'm just going to go back and go to horror again, just because you love it so much. I'm going to say Dead Space. Dead Space 1 and Dead Space 2 were fantastic. They were so awesome. Now, Dead Space 3 kind of went the Resident Evil 6 route, which was like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? But they could either reboot it or pick it up, or I don't know how they would do it, but they created such a great universe because they had the games, they had movies, they had comic books, they had all this stuff to build this universe. I feel like it's just getting wasted because it's gone. Like after number 3, it didn't sell as well. They're like, okay, we're done, and they just cut it. And it's like you've already built so much for this. Why? I mean, you have sunken cost already in that story, in that universe. Use it. I mean, it's a great series. It's one of the best horror games, especially the first one. One of the best horror games of all time. They should bring that back because that would just be, it would be so good. It'd be so fantastic. Yeah, I would love them to bring that back.
I think that game came to Games with Gold.
Yeah, the first one did. Right, the first one did. You would never play that.
I played like the first 5 minutes, and I think that like the electricity like flickered off and then flickered on, and when it flickered on, there were like people coming out of like the stasis pods or something.
Okay.
And then I threw my controller out of the room and walked out, and then I had to get somebody else to come in and turn the Xbox off.
One thing I will say about Dead Space, that game is absolutely terrifying when you first start it. Like when the necromorphs coming at you, because they came with inventive stuff. You didn't just shoot them; you had to like cut the limbs off, like because you had like welding tools and stuff. You weren't a fighter; you were a mechanic, an engineer. None of this. But here's the thing with Dead Space.
These are not the
once you get like a quarter of the
for.
way through the game and you're used to fighting and stuff, it becomes less about being scared and more about like strategy, how to kill them, and like because you know what's coming. And it takes away some of that fear. It makes it more of like an action game. If you could just get through that first like 25%, I know you won't, but if you did, I think it'd be okay.
Dude, you don't know me very well. There were parts in Inside where I was underwater that I literally almost dropped the controller because my hands were sweating so bad. So you just don't, you know.
Dude, okay, just on Inside, just hopefully it's not really a spoiler, but the girl with the long hair, like from The Ring, that chases you when you're underwater. The first time that happened, I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
Save it for the spoiler cast.
Sure. Okay, go ahead, man. What last game? Hit me with it.
All right, last game. So, I want NFL Blitz.
Oh, that's an odd choice. Okay.
So,
I used to love that series, by the way. That series is fantastic.
It was so good. So, for those of you who don't know, you can stop and go Google NFL Blitz. But it was basically, I want to say it was 5-on-5, I think.
I think so. It was like NBA Jam, but in football.
Like NBA Jam, yeah. And it was just like, it was like, people could catch it on fire because they're doing it, and it was just over the top, like 40 and 50 points a game against each other, but I remember playing it at the arcade.
Yes,
and it was huge. And then I remember when I got my N64, it came to N64, and I bought it. And it was one of those moments where, and you'd have them a couple of times with games that you play at the arcade and actually get to bring them home. But I just remember bringing it home. I was like, I could play this game forever. And and I played a ton of plus the 64, had the 4 ports on it.
Oh right,
and so so you could play 4-player, and it was great. It was great. So.
Actually, I think I had that on my Dreamcast too, if I remember right.
Yeah, it stuck. So it stuck around.
It stuck around for like 2 generations. Yeah. Yeah,
it was really good. So like now we're at the point where, we have Madden, but there's no competition to Madden.
Right.
And Madden has the license for NFL, so it couldn't technically probably be NFL Blitz unless they worked around that somehow. But it would be kind of cool just to have like a more arcadey, over the top, fun type of like football game, not so much simulation. We don't have those anymore. Actually, we're really running out of arcade type sports games in general.
Yeah, that's actually very true. We just got, what was that called? The baseball game that's free with gold. That's kind of like an arcade baseball game.
Yeah, Super Mega Heroes.
Super Mega Baseball, that's right. Yep,
Super Mega Baseball, yeah. So but again, there's nothing like that for football. Right. There's actually a couple, you could RBI baseball, which is not good by any stretch, but it's more simulation. Then you have Super Mega. They do that. They did that with basketball for a while. They had like NBA Street, which I think was kind of like an NBA, kind of like an NFL Blitz. And but they just don't do a lot of that anymore, So I would play, like a $15 or $20 downloadable, just fun, arcade style football.
It's kind of like comparing like the Forza games to like Mario Kart or Crash Nitro Kart. It's like that kind of a comparison. Like you got the real stuff and you've got the fun arcadey stuff, and that's
really fun,
right?
Yeah. So I'd like to see another football game like that again. Yeah,
that'd be so good. Well, guys, let us know what games or dormant franchises would you like to see come back. Let us know down in the comments. You can also hit us up on Twitter at the Xbox Dive. We really want to know what you guys want to see. But until next time, guys, we are out.
Bye.
Hey guys, we hope you really enjoyed this contest from Xbox Dive. If you like what you saw, make sure to comment and subscribe down below. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Till next time, guys, we're out.